Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps is the show that you're currently watching. It's about to start with his amazing guests, and they gon' tell you how to survive out in the apocalypse. It's Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps. Hey, that's right. It's a show. It's Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps. That's the show. That's what the show is. We are here. If you's here and you's in the chat, go ahead and say hello. If you's listening at home, go ahead and turn to your closest friend and say hello to them. Because you can't say hello to me, but I want you to still have the experience of saying hello to somebody who you love and trust. Now, I'm so excited for this show tonight. We got a weird one. We got a special one. The whole cult of the bean is here. We're going to talk to them in a little bit. But before we get to that, it's very important that I tell you that it is, of course, May 6th, which, as you all know, and this is a real thing that nobody will be surprised by, May 6th is World Password Day. Okay? Now, I guess before I get into World Password Day, I should probably say what this is. Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps. It's a show about how you're going to survive apocalypse. I'm world-renowned Tuesday prepper, love show, Apocalypse Tips, Lester Pipps, man. So anyway, if you don't know what any of the things I just said is, I don't know, listen to a past episode. I explain it way better. This one, I want to get to those guests, so I'm Russian. Not from Russia. I'm sorry for that joke. Okay. It is World Password Day, which I'm sure you all have very dedicated traditions at your hometowns for how you celebrate World Password Day. But here in Louisiana, which, and when I say here, I of course mean where I'm from, not where I am. In New Orleans on World Password Day, every bar is a speakeasy. And if you don't know the password, you ain't getting in, Jack. If your name's not Jack, you probably will get in. In Baton Rouge, if you change your password today on World Password Day, which is a real thing, seriously, look it up. I wasn't surprised. I knew, but you might be. If you change your password today in Baton Rouge, you are automatically entered to win a new car. And that car is a Swampmobile, of course. And of course, statewide, today on World Password Day, all safe words have to be your Netflix password. You got to trust your partner not to steal it. Okay, that's the important news of the day, which apparently is a thing I do. But let's get into something else, which is, every week folks send me apocalypse questions. And that's what I do. I answer apocalypse tips, advices, and such. Oh, KMBS 129 says hello, so I will put them up on the screen and say hello to them. Every week, people send me very important apocalypse questions, and I answer them here on the show. So let's get into it. This week, my first question comes from user Average Drift Car Guy on Instagram. He sent that into me at Lester Pipps on Instagram. You can do that too. He asks, and I know it's a he because it says guy in his name. He asks, am I the only one who dreams about the apocalypse? Well, Average Drift Car Guy, I mean, I'm not really capable or equipped to answer that because I don't know what everybody's dreams is. I have heard some dreams from some people, and I can tell you the people I've talked to don't dream of the apocalypse. But I can't say for sure that there are other people who do or not. So it's really hard for me to answer this question. But if we ever get to talk, have a trade of words back to back, back and forth, I suppose. Average Drift Car Guy, and you want to tell me what kind of apocalypse dreams you have, I'd be curious because it'd be easier to answer the question. Like if you're dreaming of like an apocalypse where you become like God or something, then I think you would be the only one dreaming of that. But if you dream of an apocalypse where you die like immediately, I think everybody is, because that's kind of like in most apocalypses, you probably die immediately, Average Drift Car Guy. Now, my next question comes from user at Thanos, who asks, am I the only one who dreams about the apocalypse? Okay. Same question from Thanos. That's interesting. I guess not. I guess neither of you are the only one because you both do. Isn't Thanos like a big bad guy in a movie or something? I don't know. I only watch football. The next question comes from Big Bird, user Big Bird, who asks, am I the only one who dreams about the apocalypse? Well, okay. I I guess a lot of my users are thinking the same thing. My listeners are thinking the same thing this week, which is dreaming of the apocalypse. Big Bird, I'm sorry to say, you're not the only one who dreams about the apocalypse. So does Thanos, and so does Average Car Guy. So I guess a lot of people are dreaming about it. I would tell y'all, you should be more worried about it than dreaming of it. Like you don't want an apocalypse to come. I'm curious what Big Bird's apocalypse would be like. I know what Thanos' apocalypse is like because people have told me what happens in that movie. I haven't seen it. I'm not breaking canon. I haven't seen it. But yeah. Anyway, I got some people in the chat who says Brother Wax is here. He says, "Is this Dark Matters?" I'm not. I don't think so. I think we. This is a pretty uplifting show. This is light. This is light matters. If you ask me, light matters. I think. Wizard Live says, "I think it is." Which is probably in response to something I said, not in the response to the Dark Matters question. And then Brother Wax says, "Has Lester ever washed this jacket? Does it smell?" That's a great question. I have 75 of these jackets, and none of them smell. Okay, now let's get to my guests. I'm so excited about this. My guests are the Cult of the Bean. And I don't know what that is. You don't know what that is. But God, we are about to find out. Let's welcome them all on at once. Cult of the Bean, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
Hi. Wow.
Hi.
Okay. Well, since there are 5 of you, why don't we just go around? You can see each other on the screen. So starting from my left here, down and around, to underneath me. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves, if you don't mind.
Well, I'm Bernadette.
Bernadette?
I'm Benadette.
Benadette. Yeah, that's the name that I see on the screen. Benadette. Okay, well, welcome to the show, Benadette.
She was formerly Bernadette.
I was formerly Bernadette, and I became Benadette, and I'm new, so I'm still learning. I'm still
learning how to pronounce her name. Yeah.
So part of being in the Cult of the Bean is giving up your old name and getting a bean name.
That is correct. That is correct. Yes.
So who's next?
Which explains my name. My name is Marls Chanson. Marls is short for Marley. That's it.
Okay.
I'm figuring out my bean name as we speak, but for now.
Wow. So maybe by the end of this episode, we'll have a bean name for you.
Yes, maybe.
Well, that's exciting. Now, who there is next? Right below.
Well, on the stream,
yes.
I choose to use my internet handle, which is Mr. Bean Fan 420, and I'm happy to be here.
Well, I'm happy to have you here, Mr. Bean Fan 420. Is that the name that you'd like to be called throughout the episode?
I would like to be called Mr. Bean Fan 420 in full. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, great. We can do that. And next to you.
Hi, Lester. I'm B.
Hi, B. Thank you for being here.
Being here.
B. Wow, I didn't even mean to do that. Man, teamwork. And last but not least, over in the corner.
Hi, I'm Bean Senior.
Oh, well, welcome to the show, Bean Senior. Is Bean Junior going to be joining us?
No. Bean Jr. and Mrs. Bean are on a school field trip.
Oh, wow. That's exciting.
Yes, field trip.
Yes.
A field trip.
Field trip.
Yeah.
Field
The
trip.
way you're all saying it is making me think, well, maybe it's not just simply
No.
We just really like field trips.
Definitely a field trip.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great. I mean, are they going to a museum or perhaps like
I said they're on a field trip.
Said they're on a field trip.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, they're on a field trip. They're not being. It's not like a re-education thing.
Got it. No, not a re-education thing. No, because I mean, is that the kind of thing that the Cult of the Bean participates in?
No, we believe in free expression through the power of the bean.
The bean.
Yep.
The bean.
The bean.
And is this like that big bean in the middle of Chicago?
For some.
That's a bean.
But not for all.
The bean, the power of the bean is it's whatever you want it to be.
You can find your bean power wherever you go.
Yeah, I got that, B. Well done. Okay, well, then you can find the power of your being wherever you go. That's exciting. So I guess a lot of cults have like a structure where there's a cult leader, and they're trying to get like into Heaven's Gates or something. What is the goal of the Cult of the Bean?
The goal of the Cult of the Bean is to find the bean within.
Okay, wow.
You can become one with the bean.
Wow, so you're all on a journey of self-discovery where you're trying to figure out what your internal being is. I see.
And
Or
by
external.
examining the inner being of your own being is how you connect to a greater being, allowing you to being.
Being.
Oh,
And as you
okay.
can
Well, that's
tell, the first step of doing that is to wear a beanie at all times.
Yes.
Yes, you are all wearing beanies. That is good to know. Yes, absolutely. And are those cult issued beanies, or are you required to bring your own?
You choose your own beanie because the Cult of the Bean is about harnessing your own power of the bean within. So you find a beanie that best represents the bean within you.
We're all free to express ourselves within the strict confines of the bean.
We're all free
We're all
to
human
express
beings.
ourselves.
Within the confines
Of the
of
bean.
the
Of
bean.
the bean.
I see. Well, I imagine. So Beanadet said that you said that you were new to the group, and Marls Chanson, you haven't chosen a bean name yet, so I'm guessing you're even newer. Who's been with the Cult of the Bean the longest?
That would be the
Bean
Great
Seed?
Bean.
The Great Bean. Is that okay? So not one of you.
Oh no.
No.
We can merely be messengers for the Great Bean.
He's on another stream right now.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Otherwise, he'd be here.
Yes, he
Oh,
has
I
a better publicist than we do.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow. Well, I mean, I think your publicist did a pretty good job. Talked to my publicist, got you on the show. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Lester Pipps is a good start.
Yeah, but
It's a good jumping off point.
Okay,
Good jumping off
hey,
point.
whatever. To each their own. Yeah, just like you say, you got to find your inner being, and
The inner being.
and my inner being is this podcast, I guess.
I found my inner being by finding my outer being.
Oh, interesting.
Mhm.
So, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, go
Well-
in depth on that.
Okay. Well, I was 11 years old, and one day I realized that there was something on my body that made me feel very good everywhere, and I thought, is this what life is? Is this the meaning of life, of everything? And I didn't know what it was at the time, but I sought that feeling almost every day, up until now, multiple times a day. And this is the feeling that I later learned was the bean. And so I figured I should dedicate my life to the bean, and that's what the bean means to me. So that's why I'm here today.
Wow, that's amazing.
thank you for
That's an
sharing.
amazing origin story. You discovered that you could masturbate, and by doing so, you realized that.
No.
No?
We don't use that word.
No?
No.
We call it
we
getting
don't
touch
do
with
that.
the bean.
I'm also
Yeah,
just
no,
confused
that's not what I
how
was
you got
talking
there.
about, Lester, at all.
Yeah.
Not at
Yeah,
all.
I don't know
I'm so
where.
sorry. I don't. I'm.
I was
I'm-
11.
Well, yeah, no, that's my bad. I'm currently married to 2 women, so for me, I don't really have to think about masturbation too much. So then when I just like made the connection, I just said it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
And I'm guessing, Lester, these 2 women, you have yet to discover their being.
I now that you're saying that that's not what the outer being is, I don't know that I have.
Well,
Okay.
you
Well,
should
keep
join us.
trying. Don't ever stop trying to find the bean.
We can help
Yes.
you.
We can help you. Yes.
I would. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd love to find my wife's beans, but I think I should probably start with my own, right?
You should find your own bean before you can venture out on finding other people's beans.
Once
That
you
makes sense.
understand your own being and your own beingness, then you begin to look for and enjoy that beingness you see in other beings.
That
We're
makes so much
all
sense.
human
Well,
beings after all.
well,
Yeah.
And then
given-
once
We
you
are human
find that
beings.
bean, right, you could just go to town on it.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Well, given that, I mean, I think before we can just work on my bean, we should find out more about all of your beans. We've heard Miles Chanson's discovery story. How did each of you find your way into the cult of the bean?
I had eaten at a Subway and realized that I was lost.
Oh, wow.
And as I sat there staring out on Sunset and Kenston Street,
Mhm.
I suddenly saw a vision of a man as a bean. And I
Oh.
said, there has to be more to life than just a wet sandwich. And I moved myself from that Subway. And from there, I have found nothing but joy of the bean. The bean has brought me happiness. It has brought me into a closer orbiting sense of all legumes.
Mm.
It is an
Wow.
amazing, amazing gift to find that bean strength and
So
allow
can
you to put that
wet
bean.
sandwich for me?
A wet sandwich? Have
Yeah,
you
what-
never been to a Subway?
I have been to a Subway, but my typical order at Subway is bread, turkey, cheese. Not very wet.
They serve the shiniest and wettest turkey I've ever seen.
Oh, okay, that's what you mean.
And if you notice, Subway serves no beans. They're an anti-beanite company.
Oh, that's
Uh,
true.
That's why we're a Jimmy John's cult.
Mhm.
See, I
We
see.
only eat sandwiches from Jimmy
Discrimination.
John's.
Wow.
Mhm.
We're sick of the discrimination.
Wow. So
I only eat sandwiches made of Bush's beans.
Mm.
I see.
Which
Bean
is a
Senior
secret
highly-
menu item at Jimmy John's.
Yes.
Oh,
Bean
no.
You
Senior
have
is
to
highly
ask for
dedicated.
it.
Yes.
Now,
Marls.
now, being senior, you say that you saw a vision of a man that was a bean. Was this the great bean himself?
This was the great bean himself. As the great bean light shone from him and gilded the world in the lovely rosy cheekness of the bean,
Mm.
I felt a lifting of my spirit and a calling of my own name that I had never heard before, to a higher calling to spread this word of the bean.
Wow.
And as the bean word spreads, so shall spread the glory of the great bean.
Mhm.
The glory.
Amen.
Glory to the
Amen.
great
Glory to the
bean.
Glory to the
Wow.
great bean.
Glory to the great bean.
Glory to the
Wow.
great bean.
Mm.
Great bean.
Glory to the great bean. Glory to the great bean. Glory to the great bean. Glory to the great bean. Glory to the great bean. Glory to the great bean. Glory to the great bean.
How long is
Glory to the great bean. Glory to the great bean. Glory to the great bean.
It's like- Wow.
That's sort of our. That's sort of how we begin our meetings, end our meetings.
That's our
I see.
meeting.
That's our
That's
meeting.
our meeting.
That's your whole meeting.
That's our meeting.
Yes, that's how we
Wow.
meet.
I see. So okay. So what I've pieced together here is that you're a cult that strives to emulate and bring to light the glory of the great bean, which you do through song, and each of you and so far Marls and Bean have had very different origin stories for discovering how he's going to be in this cult of the bean. Beanadette, would you like to share how you found yourself into the cult of the bean?
Yes, I would. So I was just in a place in life where I was so tired. I was drained and exhausted and tired all the time. And I just couldn't seem to get any energy, get any momentum going. And I was stuck, I was really stuck in my life. And then I happened into a place where
Now, sorry to cut you off, but when you say you were stuck in your life, was it like one of those situations where you was like working in a glue factory, constantly getting stuck to the glue, or is it more of a situation where you're like, I just wanted a promotion here at the police department.
It was spiritually, I was stuck spiritually.
Mhm.
I was mired. I didn't work at a glue factory, but my soul felt like it was working at a glue factory. I actually worked in publishing, but my soul was stuck in a glue factory until I discovered the power of the bean in a magical liquid elixir of the gods or the great, I believe it's the great bean themselves, just came to me, and through the power of this magical elixir, I suddenly was no longer tired.
Glory of the bean.
The bean.
Glory of the bean.
The
Glory
bean.
of the bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the
Glory to the
bean.
bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the
Glory to
bean.
the bean.
Glory
Glory
to
to
the
the
bean.
bean. Glory to the bean. Glory to the
Glory
bean.
to the bean.
It sounds like you were
Glory to
tired
the
at
bean.
work and you drank a cup of coffee, which I mean that's a great way to get initiated into the bean.
Whoa.
It's not, I mean, it wasn't just, I mean, Ezra or Lester,
Who?
Lester, I don't know. I'm so taken aback by what you said that I think I just need to have a moment with my bean.
I feel persecuted by what you said, Lester.
No, I'm just trying to understand the story. I'm sorry. My audience wants to know who you are and why you're here. So I was just trying to figure out a little bit more about who you are. If I'm wrong, of course, correct me. I'm so sorry.
Well, I'll go next.
Okay.
I was once a young lad. I thought I had discovered the power of my bean when I was young, and I started pushing it between the couch cushions, but that wasn't it. And then years later, I was on Twitch.tv, which is a website on the internet.
Oh, sure. We streaming right there right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, they're still going.
Yeah.
Well, I was doing a Mr. Bean chat, a show where I would sort of watch episodes of Mr. Bean. Like, do you remember the one where he's like in church, right? And then and he's falling asleep.
I don't. I've only ever watched LSU Tigers.
He just keeps falling asleep.
Wow.
I don't know it either, but it brings me so much joy to see Fan 420.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean.
I guess we are.
Glory to the bean. Glory to the bean.
Well,
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the
Glory to
bean.
the
Glory to the bean.
So fast forward, I find these group of people, and now I have truly found the power of the bean, though I remain Mr. Bean Fan 420.
I see. And actually, Wizworld Live asked a question earlier I didn't get to, which is, what does the 420 stand for?
420. If you have that, it's 210. And if you have that, that's 105. And that's the percent that I give you all the time, 105%.
A hard worker, Mr. Bean Fan 420. A hard worker.
It's also weed.
Oh, okay.
It's also
sure,
weed.
Yeah. That's what I assumed it was. Is that part of the cult of the bean? Do you imbibe in various drugs?
We allow people to use whatever tools nature has provided us to find that spiritual path to the bean. To say that there's a freeway with only one on-ramp doesn't make any sense, does it? So there are many on-ramps to the great bean. And we must seek out those opportunities as they fit to our own designs.
But no off ramps.
No off ramp.
No.
Once you get on this freeway,
Once you're on the bean train, it pulls out of the station, and you are on your bean way.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to not complete your journey to the bean and end up with like blue beans or something.
Yeah. You get it, Lester. You understand. You understand.
That's
I'm really excited to hear. Oh, go ahead.
You suffer from blue beans. Is that the case?
It's not, I mean, I most of the time it's not. I mean, earlier I did get called out by Wizworld Live in the chat for bragging about fucking my wives, which I did do. So sorry about that. But yeah, because of that, not so much.
You should be.
I am sorry about that. I didn't mean to. I just it came out of my mouth, But I do have a question for y'all from before we get to B's origin story, which I'm very excited to get to. But Ice Cream Cone wants to know, in the Cult of the Bean, does the beanie represent a giant turkey?
That's just silly nonsense.
This is a common misconception.
A rumor.
All the time.
A rumor.
Really?
Yeah.
You get that question all the time?
Yeah,
Yes.
Bernadette actually, when she was Bernadette, asked us that.
I did. I was under when I first came to talk to all of these folks about joining, and I said, but what about the beanie being the great turkey? And they set me straight. And now I know that it's
We
not.
laughed at her.
Wow.
Yeah, we were like,
I didn't know. That was part of the initiation, was that they all pointed and laughed at me for asking a stupid question. But they had all gone through it before too, so it's okay. It's okay. I felt accepted.
It's just like hazing into a fraternity. By perpetuating the abuse, you bring people in. You don't make the abuse continue for no reason.
Exactly. And you have to make people feel like they're comfortable in this cult by making them the only one who's not participating in the laughter.
Because if they can overcome that, then they can fit in.
Exactly. We call it bean pressure here at the Cult of the Bean.
You can't extract the beautiful, beautiful bean juice without a little pressure.
Right.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, that's good
blessed
to know.
be the bean.
Blessed be the bean. No, glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory of the bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory of the bean.
Glory of the bean.
Glory of the bean.
Glory
Glory
to
of
the
the bean.
bean. Wizarding world to rob
Glory
your
of the
house.
bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory of the
Glory to the
bean.
bean. Glory to the
Glory of the
bean.
bean.
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Glory.
Bean Senior, what did you just say in there?
I'm sorry?
You said something in there about robbing my house.
I am just chanting glory to the bean, which does have the benefit of opening one's own ears to the spiritual message of the bean. So whatever you heard might have been from the great bean itself.
Oh my God.
We speak in beans in this cult, so sometimes it flips.
I see.
And if you're not really in touch with your inner being, you might not understand when we speak in being.
I see. So what I heard that Bean Senior there say for no reason during the Glory of the Bean chant that the Great Bean was going to rob my house, that was just me hearing something wrong?
No, that was the Great Bean speaking to you through our chant of glory to the Great Bean. Now, maybe
you're already operating on a higher vibration, so you're hearing more things.
I love higher vibrations.
Yeah, and I feel like that's pretty simple stuff, Lester.
Yeah.
The higher vibrations, or the fact that it sounds like the Great Bean is going to try to rob my house?
Just kind of all that stuff.
Maybe robbing your house is
level
just
one.
a colloquialism for something else. Maybe something needs to be removed from your life, something that is inhibiting you from your true being growth.
Wow.
What is it, Lester?
That is probably true. That is probably true.
What is holding you back?
Tell us, Lester.
What's holding you back?
What's holding you back,
Think
Lester?
about it,
What's
Lester.
holding you back, Lester?
Think
What's
about it.
holding you back?
What's
Reach
keeping you from
deep,
being bean
Deep
free?
into your inner being.
Okay. I think
Be in
Your bean.
yourself.
well,
Finger
I
the
think it's
bean.
probably that I don't know
Be the bean.
Bee's origin story into the Cult of the Bean yet.
Oh,
Oh,
we haven't even talked about that yet. I forgot. So, I was sitting on the beach one day and I was crying because my dad kicked me out of my house and he told me I was a piece of shit. And Bean Senior was walking down the beach and he walked up to me and he said, "Your daddy kicked you out." Now, how could he have known that if he didn't really know me? And he said, your daddy kicked you out. And I said, how would I know that? And he reached his hand down to me, and I took his hand, and I, until they arrested him for robbing that house, I never let his hand go.
Wow.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean.
Until
Glory
they
to the bean.
arrested
Glory
him for
to the
robbing that
bean.
house.
Glory to the bean.
And my name was already
Glory to the
Bean.
bean.
And I tried
Glory to
sit-ins,
the
and
bean.
I tried love-ins, but I'd never tried a be-in.
Oh my God.
And now I can be in. But this beanie, it's fucking itchy.
No.
Bee!
Oh,
Bee! No!
I'm sorry.
What?
It just itches so much.
What
oh my
just
God. Can we turn off her camera?
Turn up her camera. She's going to. You can't see this.
Okay. What?
She's a human being.
But she's going to lose her power. We have to do something.
Oh.
Why would she do that?
I don't know. So you're not allowed to take your beanie off? Oh, she's back.
No.
Oh.
Bee, are you all right? Are you all right? Talk to us. Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Are you having a bean crisis?
Bean Senior, don't kick me out.
No. It is just like the great bean said. When you see your footprints in the sand and they aren't there, and it's been replaced by small kidney-shaped divots in the sand, that's the great bean carrying you.
The bean. Oh,
Glory to the bean.
the bean.
Glory to the bean. Glory to the
Glory
bean.
of the
Glory to
bean.
the bean. Glory to the bean. Flick the bean, Lester.
Glory
Flick
of
the
the
bean.
bean.
Glory to the bean.
Put your
Glory
wife
of
to
the
the
bean.
bean. Glory to the bean. Glory to the bean.
Okay, y'all. I love having folks on who come from a different background. That I don't have experience with. This is great, but I gotta ask you. It seemed like you were remembering that Bean Senior robbed your dad's house, and that's what caused you to pull your beanie off. Am I right about that?
No, my beanie itched. Bean Senior saved me and showed me how to be Bean.
Okay. Yeah, no, I thought I saw something there, but I guess not. Wow. So were all of you recruited into this group by Bean Senior?
Mm-hmm.
I think in one way or another, yeah.
we've
Bean
heard all the
Senior.
origin story, but was
Bean Senior
the
has
one who
entered
brought you
all
in?
of our lives in one way or another.
He has helped us. He has connected with our beans, our inner beans.
Bean Senior was my first Facebook friend.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Bean Senior was my first MySpace friend before Tom. Before
Wow.
Tom.
That's not even supposed to be possible.
I think
that's just the great bean working through me. That is all I am, is just a conduit for beans.
I believe that the great bean really was Tom.
Interesting.
It's all up to interpretation.
Now, we know Bean Senior saw a vision of the great bean, but have any of the rest of you actually seen the great bean?
Just what I imagined the great bean to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Which is amazing.
The great bean has not revealed themselves to me yet, but I knew, and I think that I will see the great bean someday. I believe.
I mean, Lester, do you have to see the sun to know that it's there? I mean,
I think there are reasonable. There is a reasonable question in that question, but I see the sun all the time.
Let me ask you this, Lester. Are you breathing air right now?
Yeah.
Can you see the air?
It's not. I was thinking, because Bean Senior earlier said the great bean was going to rob my house, and then I heard B say that her house got robbed the very moment she met Bean Senior, and then Bean Senior got arrested for robbing a house. I mean, Am I crazy to think that all of you were robbed by Bean Senior and then he brought you into a cult?
That is crazy.
That
Yes,
is crazy.
that's crazy. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
I was at home one day. I mean, I'll tell you how I met Bean Senior. I think it'll clear all this up.
Great.
I'm at home one day, right? I'm heating up a bean cuisine. And then I turn around, and wouldn't you know it, Bean Senior is sitting on my couch with a few of my belongings. And he says, "How you doing, pal?"
Okay.
I got a
That's
great
classic
and-
Bean Senior.
That's just Bean
what
Senior.
he says.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest is history.
I'm sorry. So that story was supposed to make me think that he is not robbing people's houses?
I think it's been pretty clear that he doesn't rob people's house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I thought he robbed my house, but then I was told that it wasn't my house. And I just believed Bean Senior when he said that the house that I lived in wasn't my house. So turns out I just didn't have a house.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah.
so you
I
were
mean,
squatting in a house and then it got robbed?
Apparently, yeah. I had a house that I thought was mine, but
Yeah.
Bean Senior really graciously informed me that that wasn't my house, and so I left.
Mhm. It was a
And-
structure for the great bean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
When I met Bean Senior, he actually told me that in order to really connect with my inner being, that I had to get rid of a lot of the possessions that I had, because that's what I was stuck in. You know, my spirit was stuck in those items, and he said that I had to get rid of them. So he offered to take them for me and get rid of them for me. And I am so grateful to him, to Bean Senior, for doing that for me.
Yeah.
An overladen horse cannot run, Lester. An overladen
That's what he
horse
told me.
cannot run. We
Yeah,
have to
thanks-
throw off the shackles of this world around us, of things that we think matter, but they just don't. Material things will never bring you the pleasure that a bean will bring you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and thanks to Bean Senior, I realized before I had the cops called on me that I was squatting in someone else's house. And luckily, you know, I had started to decorate the house. I had pictures of my family in there, but Bean Senior informed me that that was also not my family, so I left those
Oh
behind.
my God.
Yeah. Turns out I was just living a lie.
Wow. Well, I'm either really glad you got rescued from living that lie, or I'm terrified for you because it seems like you've been taken from a happy life and thrown into another lie, a real lie. This cult of the bean. Tell me.
Oh,
This is the truth. This is the only truth I've ever known.
Lie?
Okay, listen. I've been getting I have some questions about how the cult of the bean works, but I've been getting this question a lot in the chat, so I feel like I have to ask you. Brother Wags and several others asks, what's everyone's favorite bean?
Probably the great bean.
A great bean.
A great bean.
Yeah, the great bean.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Glory to the bean. Glory to the great bean.
Glory to the
Well, I'm
bean.
so glad I
Glory
asked.
to the bean. Glory to the bean.
The
Glory to
bean.
the bean.
The bean.
Lester,
Bean.
it all
Bean.
really boils down to bean or not to bean. The answer, to bean.
I see. Okay. And when you say to bean, do you mean that you do go ahead and rob houses at Bean Senior's direction?
Oh,
Whoa.
No.
I feel like this is this gotcha journalism? What
It's
is
not
it?
gotcha journalism. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to understand your lies. I know. I mean, you operate in and around Laramie, Missouri, Laramie, Montana, if I remember correctly.
We're not robbed, we're gifted.
Yes.
With the
okay.
truth and
Yeah.
the glory of the great bean.
Yeah.
I was gifted with the truth that my entire life before the bean the cult of the bean was a lie.
And
Yeah.
I
All of
was
us were
gifted. I was gifted with being released from the shackles of material possessions. And if I want to help other people do that,
Yeah.
that is my calling. That is my calling as part of the cult of the bean.
And everyone has their own ranch, or I'm sorry, room at the ranch that we're outside of Laramie, the Double
Okay.
Bean Ranch,
Mm-hmm.
where we grow our own food, we press our own bean juice,
Mm-hmm.
and we ferment our own bean juice.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Lester, I
where
used
are you?
to live
Yeah.
in Los Angeles. I used to have a nice job, apartment. I had a 401k. I had a checking account, not bragging. I had a little bit of savings. And being senior came along and just released me of all those things that just weigh you down. And they just, I feel like I'm in the real world now.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
I like garbanzo beans.
Those are good.
Those are good.
They are
Those
very good.
They are a decent bean.
They're very
Yeah.
good.
Hey, would you all mind if I just had a quick conversation with Bean Senior?
I mean, we're not used to being separated, but
Yeah, it's called usually a group kind of thing, but I guess
It's your show. If
We're
that's,
all beans.
if that's what
Thank
your
you,
inner
thank
being
you.
is saying to you.
as long as we can
Yeah, I
listen.
just want to pull Bean Senior aside for just a second. Bean Senior.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, listen. I get it. You trick these people into giving them all your money so you could buy a lot of beans. But what's your end game here, man?
My end game is to just bring the joy of the bean to the world. To let people know that if they open themselves up to, I'm sorry. Yeah, these guys are morons.
Okay, that's what I thought. Bean
They
Senior,
can't hear this, right?
They sure can. This was gotcha journalism after all. You all heard him. He said you're all fools.
No, I was testing you, Lester.
What?
Oh, it's a test.
No.
Mr. Bean Fan
Gotcha.
420 clearly asked you earlier if this was gotcha journalism, and you said it wasn't. But clearly it was.
It looks
Well,
like
what
you
you
got
mean?
Okay.
You
You've
are a
been beans.
liar. You
I'm
are so out
liar.
of touch with your inner being.
Liar. Okay.
Bean
Okay. I
Senior,
was
Bean
wrong.
Senior.
I'm sorry. I'm
Bean
sorry.
Senior, but what if he's right?
You know,
Right?
What?
there are
B.
many false prophets out there, B. And I'm not telling you that you have to listen to me and that I'm the only voice you should hear. You should listen to the bean voice inside of you. And are you not happier on a ranch eating beans and doing shrooms?
Oh my God.
B.
Keep the beanie on, B.
Keep
Keep
the
the
beanie
beanie
on.
on B. It is
Keep the
where
beanie on
it
B.
is giving you. It is
If it
giving you
doesn't
your
feel right,
strength.
you can
These
rip
are
it
your
off.
fellow beanheads
Lester, you
telling
stay
you.
out of this, Lester.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is a family drama.
This is just a group of like-minded people.
We're here for you, B.
His bean is kind of hot, though.
Bean.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was actually wondering, like, are we doing this all summer?
Year round? Is this a year round thing?
This is a
It
year-round thing.
has been kind of itchy. Like,
You can wear seasonal beanies.
It's
What
like,
is a
Okay, but-
seasonal beanie? No, I'm sorry. What is a seasonal beanie?
Yeah, we got to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean
Seasonal.
Fan.
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead. Bean
No,
Senior.
take me through what a seasonal
We
beanie
got to get to
is.
the bottom of seasonal
Yeah.
beanies.
Oh, you can have a summer beanie,
Define
a
that.
fall beanie,
Define
not
that.
an
a
answer.
winter beanie,
Define
and
that.
a spring beanie.
Define
A
that.
summer beanie is a beanie you wear during the summer.
Okay.
A fall
Right.
beanie is a beanie you wear during the fall.
Uh-huh.
A
Okay, you know
winter
what? I'm
beanie
back on
is
board.
a beanie you wear in the winter.
What? You're back on board after that?
Yeah, no,
I didn't even get through all 4 styles of beanies.
Well, you did.
Mr. Bean Fan 420. I've been here a little bit longer than you. And last summer, I did develop a heat rash under my beanie that caused half of my hair to fall out.
Oh my God.
And there were abscesses. But Bean Senior and the Great Bean worked together and produced a bean-based paste that you just slather on your head, and then the beanie doesn't itch.
Is that
Well,
that paste that comes on burritos and it's like brown and it's like a bean paste?
It's just like that, but the
Nice.
Great Bean made it.
but
Oh, no,
it
okay.
seems to have worked. B, it seems to have worked. Your hair grew back. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
I mean, this is the power of the bean. Glory to the bean.
Glory
Glory
to
to
the
the
bean.
bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean. Glory to the bean. Let's kill Lester
Glory to
Pipps.
the bean.
Glory to
Kill
the bean.
Lester.
Hey, what?
Glory to the bean.
Kill
Let's
Lester.
kill Lester Pipps. Glory to
No,
the
no,
bean.
no, no.
Kill Lester when he's
What
asleep.
are
Glory
you
to the
talking
bean.
about?
Kill Lester when he's asleep. Good
Go into
idea.
his home and
Glory
kill
to
him
the
when he's
bean.
Glory
asleep.
to the
Bean
bean.
Man
Glory
420.
to the
You,
bean.
again.
you could never get into my bunker.
I'm gonna steal all of Lester's
Well,
belongings.
I'm going to guess, Lester, that in your bunker, you have a can or two of beans.
Well, yeah, of course. You got to have a variety of beans in a bunker. I mean,
The beans are already in, Lester. We're already there.
what?
Already with you, Lester.
We
We're
can
there.
do bean to bean
Already
travel.
there.
I can project my mind into another bean.
Claire,
Mhm.
get all the beans out of the bunker. Get them all out.
Oh no.
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 You may
Wow.
try
They
and
will
clean it out.
return. They will come back time and time again.
There will be one dry bean that you miss, and that bean will choke you in the night.
Oh my God.
The beans will
Except
be
the
there
great bean.
forever.
Except
And
the
ever.
great bean. That's the great
Except the
bean.
great bean.
Give us,
Except the great bean.
give us your all, Lester.
Kill Lester.
Join us, Lester.
Praise be to the great bean.
Because I thought you were just simple thieves. I was so sure you were just simple thieves.
We're very complex
magic
thieves.
of some kind. And you're taking my beans and using them to kill me. I don't know anymore.
Guys, I think we have a new member.
Yes.
Welcome.
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 Welcome, Lester.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome, Lester.
Am I
Welcome.
going to get a bean name before Marles Jansen?
Your bean name will come to you.
When you're ready.
When we're ready.
Okay.
Go to sleep and place a bean under your tongue. And on the 5th night, your bean name will reveal itself to you.
Oh, so it can't happen during this episode? Darn. Okay.
I
Well,
mean, if you do you have
If the
Yeah,
great
you
bean moves
could
you.
try.
Yeah.
You could try.
well, before we do, I mean, I feel like Marles Jansen should get a bean name before me, but also Ice Cream Cone's been asking this question over and over again, so I feel like I gotta ask you. Any feelings on the Legume League?
Is that a group of superheroes?
I don't know.
A group of beans that have gotten together to fight bean crime using their super bean powers?
If you say so.
I'm asking.
I think anything we say is true, so
I think I did read that comic upon my arrival into the Cult of the Bean.
Mm.
Written by
Yes.
former member Mr. Farts a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We miss him. We miss him.
Mr. Farts
Miss
a lot.
him.
Mr. Farts a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Classic
He just would
Comic
blow
book
the villains away.
author.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Wow. So your thoughts are
He would
overall
make us
positive.
think about how heroic he was.
Was
It was
Hero.
fictional, but it made me cry
Yes.
a lot. Also, I do agree about I think it's only fair that I get my bean name before Lester. No offense, Lester. We really appreciate your membership. It does
Okay,
cost $5,000 a month to stay enrolled as a Cult of the Bean member.
And all your earthly possessions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and all your earthly possessions.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
Confused,
Don't
but
talk
I don't.
over me.
Okay.
We got to come up with a name for my bean person. And thank you for your contributions, Lester.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the first name that comes to mind for you is Charles Manson.
Charles Manson.
Who's that?
It doesn't have bean in it, so I don't think it's right.
It's not really, it's not really a bean-related name.
Charles Manson was notoriously anti-bean.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking clitoris, but I don't know how bean related that is.
I think it's pretty on the nose.
Is it?
Is it?
If it's on the
No,
nose,
sorry,
you're
it's
not
not on
doing
your
it
nose.
right.
It's not on your nose. No.
Yes.
I know where it is. It's not on the nose.
You're still
Do
trying
you-
to find
Do
it.
you,
and I
Lester?
understand.
No.
I don't think you know yet, but just keep looking. Just keep on digging around.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
You'll
And
find
Lester,
it.
I think it's higher than you think. It's higher than you think.
Think higher.
but it's different for every person. You know,
Mhm.
no two beans are alike. So,
Mm.
And it's usually only
Um,
higher when you're standing on your head.
Right.
And then it's higher.
That's what I mean.
mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you have to
Um,
stand on your head to find.
You know, sometimes there might be some, I don't know, some like hair or other, like, and you just got to kind of dig around to find it, but
Uh-huh.
don't
Yeah, no. Now,
stop
so
digging.
wait. So we're not doing. We've dropped the innuendo. We're just talking about finding the clit. Okay, I know where that is.
Oh, okay. But you
Oh.
haven't found your bean yet.
Yeah.
I wasn't
No.
talking about that. I was talking about
Oh.
your bean, but whatever.
Oh no. I'm sorry. Well, Brother Wag suggests maybe Bean Rames.
Bean Rames.
Bean Rames.
That's for you?
I think
Or
for
it's-
you.
For me. Hmm.
What about a scene bean?
Seen bean.
Seen
That is a
bean.
good one. Seen bean.
Or bean.
Bean.
Yes.
So okay. So wait. So I mean, Beanadette is a play on Bernadette, and Mr. Bean Fan 420. I assume your real name is not your username, so it's not related. But and B is B's name, and Bean Senior. I mean, what was your original name, Bean Senior?
I have forgotten. I
Oh,
have
wow.
forgotten that part of my life and moved forward to just being here for the Great Bean and to bring the Great Bean's message to so many people and to take lost people like you, Lester, and bring you into the Beanfold.
I see.
There's 5 people right now. It's a Beanfold 5. And we're hopefully going to add one more member. It's not funny.
Sorry.
This is serious.
He's not joking.
No, yeah, no. Well,
Marls, aren't
Wismar
you,
Live suggested Osama bin Laden.
That's very clever.
That is a good one.
Topical.
That is a good one.
Topical.
What are we voting on?
It's a current reference.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think we're voting. We're just trying to. Oh my God, your name has found you. It just says Bean.
What?
Oh.
Glory to the bean.
Great
Glory
bean.
to the bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory
Kill
to the
Lester
bean.
Pipps. Glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean.
What?
Kill
You
Lester
don't have to
Pipps.
kill me
Glory
anymore.
to the
Glory to
bean.
the
You don't have to
bean.
kill me anymore.
Donate to Atpac Theater.
Thank you for your contribution. $5,000 a month.
Glory to the bean.
White
Take
Fever
the white
Saturdays
class.
at 9 p.m.
Glory to the bean.
You
Glory to
cannot
the bean.
cancel your
Glory to
subscription.
the bean.
Subscribing.
Glory to the bean.
Glory
We will
After
kill you
all
if you
those-
try to leave. Glory to the
Glory to
bean.
the bean.
After all those creative pitches, just going with Bean. Oh, Wizworld Live says she's the Bean.
Nice.
Does that make you? Are you the Great Bean, Bri? Miles Jansen?
I don't feel like I'm the great bean. I feel like I would know, but maybe I'm like the son or the daughter of the great bean.
Oh my God.
Oh,
You're
That would
a
make
great
you-
bean.
Yes.
that would make you higher in our organization than Bean Senior. Oh, Bean.
Oh.
I'm so
She's Bean again. She has been Bean again.
This is,
Wow.
this is incredible. So does this mean now that we have to? Does this mean that we have to have sex with her instead of with Bean Senior now?
I hope not.
Yes.
Yeah, that's part of your monthly dues.
Oh yes,
Oh,
that's also
no.
part of what you have to do every month. He rotates.
We're almost out of time, but would you all be comfortable if I had a conversation with you without being senior in the room?
Sure. Well, I guess I'm the authority now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Senior.
So yes, I guess yeah.
As daughter of the bean, yes.
Okay. Listen, I know.
Get this out of.
Yes, you're free. He's not here. You don't have to pretend this is real anymore.
But the great bean.
Just have to itch. I feel like the
Bean.
Great Bean would understand, but Bean Senior will beat me.
Are your intestines falling out of your butt like the bean senior said they would?
Check your butt.
Check
Check
your
your
butt.
butt.
your
Check
butt.
your butt, B.
Tell me.
Get in there good.
We don't see any. It's really hard to tell. You are wearing pants, so
It looks normal, but they're black, so I don't know if there's bloody.
I can't tell, B. I'm so scared.
I'm a little worried.
Scared.
I think. Listen, if I had to guess, I would say no. I don't think anything's falling out of your butt right now. I think it's okay to take your beanies off.
I don't.
I haven't been without my beanie in like
I don't
6
know.
months.
You won't. It's only been 6 months?
It's been 6 months. I'm new.
Oh, right.
No.
I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like I was born with my beanie.
Bernadette, you've taken it off. How do you feel?
I feel cool and light. Oh.
Oh!
Bean's taking it off. And Bean again, Kristen, who used to be cool Mr. Bean fan for 20, is taking it off. And Bean's saying, you all have your beanies off and nothing has happened to any of you.
Is everybody's butt intact?
Thank you for checking.
Tell me,
okay, we're all looking, I'm looking at all your butts and nothing seems to be falling out of them.
I guess we're okay.
Oh my God. Bean Senior, jump back in. Oh no.
What
Bean
have
Senior,
you done, Lester?
Oh, I think I woke up.
What have you done?
Grooves, you tricked. I think I woke up. No, you don't have to put it back on. You don't have to put the beanies back on.
Yes, you do. Look at your hair. Look at your hair.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean. Back to
Glory to the bean. Glory to the bean.
Bean.
I'm gonna get
Marles
you,
Chanston.
Lester.
You didn't give it back in. You didn't put it back.
No, I've realized the truth. Bean Senior, we don't need to have beanies to be in the cult. Our intestines didn't fall out of our butt. We can live throughout the summer months without our beanies and still worship the great bean.
The great bean is proud of the sacrifices you have made and has protected your bean hole through his love. For the great bean loves your bean hole, and you should let him into your bean hole.
Glory to the bean.
Glory to the bean.
Yes.
Glory to the
Glory to
bean.
the bean.
I tried.
Glory to
I
the bean.
almost
I
saved
swear
you,
to God,
but
I'm going to get you for this,
Glory to the
Lester.
bean.
Glory to the bean. Glory to the bean.
Glory to the
I'm going to
bean.
weld your
We're going to
door
murder
shut.
Lester
You're
after
trapped
this.
in
Glory to the
the
bean.
tomb. Glory to the
Glory to the
bean.
bean.
Lester's
Kill
Lester.
Before she eat your
You'll
own
never-
aviator
Glory to the
glasses.
bean.
While
Glory
this
to the
continues, let
Glory
me
to
just
the
say,
bean. Glory to the bean. Glory to the
to
bean.
everyone listening, thank you for doing so.
Glory to the bean. Lester Pipps hangs out with Mark Getz from Florida. Glory to the
You
bean.
mean Matt Gates? And no, I don't.
Oh, you corrected me.
Mark Gates is also
corrected me.
No, you must
Listen, I made it to the
You hang
news,
out
so
with
I
them.
don't. Listen, we only have no time left, so real quick, is there anything you all collectively want to plug? Bean, since you're in charge now, I'll go to you.
I want to plug my butt so my intestines don't fall out of it.
Hey,
I take my beanie off.
I want to plug Fever on Saturday, May 8th at 9 p.m. on twitch.tv/Pack Theater.
Fever knows how to find their bean.
Fever knows.
Fever can help you
knows.
find your bean.
Fever
Wow.
will help you find your bean.
Wow.
They're a bunch of bean finders.
Well, that's great. I want to just say a couple of quick thank yous, and also I want y'all, if you're watching the show live right now, stick around for Please Talk to Me with Ali Ramirez. It's coming up right next. I want to say thank you to the Pack Theater for having us on the channel. I want to say thank you to a couple of people for absolutely no reason. They are Kristen Scatton, Bri Jones, Amy Judd-Lieberman, Ryan Clark, and Greg David Jones. Thank you to those folks for no absolute reason. Thank you to everybody who's been in the chat today. And if you listened at home, thank you for doing that as well. Now's the part of the show where we leave the internet unceremoniously. It's over. That was the show. Now we did it. You know how to survive an apocalypse. So now we're gonna talk about saying thank you to you. Thank you for watching the show, and thank you to these guests for doing the thing for you tonight or today. And also thank you to the Pack Theater for hosting. Now it's time to say, get out there, survive, and make humanity proud. You can find the show at Lester Pipps on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also find all the video archives on EzraParter.com/LesterPipps. Please like and subscribe and all those things.